Rudy Giuliani giving a speech introducing Donald Trump, getting a crowd pumped up at a gathering for Trump, I should say. And he's going to say something a little bit curious here. Remember, this is the guy who was mayor of New York City during 9/11 and then based his entire political career thereafter on the issue of 9/11. Now, listen to what he had to say.
Under those 8 years, before Obama came along, we didn't have any successful radical Islamic terrorist attack in the United States. They all started when Clinton and Obama got into office.
Nah, I'm pretty sure we had a very large attack before Obama and Hillary Clinton got into office. Remember the thing that you ran your entire campaign on? Jesus Christ. When he ran for president in 2008, he couldn't shut up about it. A famous clip about that in a second. And the nerve of these guys, they want to just rewrite history entirely. It's not like he doesn't know about 9/11 or that he even forgot it in the speech. Listen to what he was saying earlier in the speech. He starts talking about Mike Pence, but watch the same speech in Youngstown, Ohio.
He's a member of the Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committee. He's a member of the, and during the time of September 11, when we went through the worst foreign attack in our history since the War of 1812. And remember, we didn't start this war, they did. We don't want this war, they do. And they didn't start it even in 2001. They attacked the World Trade Center in 1993. And they attacked it under the ideology of radical Islamic extremism to create a caliphate.
They did it under the umbrella of radical Islamic extremism. And then right afterwards, he says, now remember, we didn't have any of those attacks before Obama. Wait, you just said it was the worst attack we ever experienced except the War of 1812. But that didn't happen under Obama. It happened under your boy, George W. Bush. In fact, Biden made fun of Giuliani back in 2008 when they were all running for president because Giuliani couldn't stop talking about 9/11. Remember this clip from a debate?
Rudy Giuliani. I mean, think about it. Rudy Giuliani, there's only 3 things he mentioned in a sentence, a noun and a verb and 9/11. I mean, there's nothing else. There's nothing else.
But all of a sudden, when it comes to when did the major Islamic radical attacks happen in America? 9/11, I don't know. You know what his main slogan about 9/11 was for Rudy Giuliani? Quote, never forget. Well, then conveniently, when it's your guys that had the administration where this happened on your watch, I forgot, what's 9/11? I don't know. They asked Giuliani about this. He says about the speech, I'm not there to give a major 45-minute policy address. You speak in somewhat abbreviated language. All human beings speak in abbreviated language at times. Wait. This doesn't have anything to do with your language and how abbreviated it is. You just spoke about 9/11. You had every opportunity in the world to create complete sentences, but you claim that there were no major Islamic radical terrorist acts in the United States until Obama, which is a preposterous thing to claim. So what part of that was abbreviated? You mean the part where you left out the biggest radical terrorist act ever in United States history? That's like Charles Manson saying, I never killed anyone. Oh yeah, well, except for all the people that I killed, but I was just talking in abbreviated language. Okay. And if you're thinking, well, now that's unfair, remember, all the media has decided to give George W. Bush a break on that. That's his mulligan. That, you can't count that against Bush just because it happened under his watch, just because he got a memo saying it was going to happen, just because he ignored that memo and told the CIA agent who was briefing him, you covered your ass, go back home, and he stayed on vacation for another month. You can't say that that was Bush's fault. Well, okay, maybe Giuliani believes that, and he said that for a long time. So if the biggest terrorist attack happens under a Republican, never blame them. Okay, but if smaller ones happen under a Democratic administration, God damn it, it's Obama and Hillary Clinton's fault. I got it. You're just such giant hypocrites. But here comes the final irony. The guy who pointed out that hypocrisy in the first place was actually, of all people, Donald Trump, who Giuliani is now supporting and was giving that speech on behalf of. So what did Trump say about who's at fault about the 9/11 attacks? He said, you always have to look to the person at the top. Do I blame George Bush? I only say that he was the president at the time. And you could say the buck stops here. He also said, he said this many times. Here's another one. He said, the World Trade Center came down during the reign of George Bush. He kept us safe. That's not safe. So, Rudy Giuliani, you might want to check your facts, and you might want to check with your new boss. He apparently does not agree that the radical Islamic terror attacks in America started under Obama, and he does not agree that George Bush is exempt from criticism on an attack that happened on his watch.